T1 versus G2 was the most viewed match of Worlds so far, and the whole world held their breath when T1 began to claw their way back, being down gold and down an inhibitor. G2 were so close to ending the game, but Zeus' nasty TP flank single-handedly chunked Hansama, and it won the teamfight for T1. After winning this teamfight though, Guma and Faker leave Mikyx at 1 HP instead of killing him. This seems very disrespectful. Why would T1 do this? To get in G2's heads? What's even stranger is that Mikyx chose to dive to the minions, with Guma completely ignoring him and running it down bot. Let's go back and take another look to understand why T1 did this, and the reason is pretty crazy. T1 gets kills on Broken Blade and Hansama, and caps is very low. Immediately, T1 already has a plan for the next minute and a half. Dragon is up in 1 minute and 20 seconds, so to prepare for Dragon, T1 sends Zeus and Oner to shove mid. Meanwhile, Faker, Guma, and Keria are quote-unquote hunting for Mikyx. Guma only uses Jin Grenade on Mikyx, and with 4-shot available, and Faker right here, it's clear that T1 don't want to kill Mikyx. Instead, seeing that Dragon is up in a minute, and that death timers are roughly 40 seconds, it is strategic to delay Mikyx's death so that he won't be up for Dragon. But delaying opponents' deaths only works under the following conditions. 1. The enemy can't do damage to you. This allows you to delay their death forever. 2. The enemy cannot escape. They are far from a place where they can safely recall, and they don't have mobility to allow them to escape. Therefore, it makes sense to delay the death of supports and tanks like Nautilus and Sion. And the third condition is, does it make sense? Is delaying their death worth your time? Does it benefit your team? If an objective is up soon, the answer is yes. Faker is keeping an eye on Mikyx, relishing each second that Mikyx is still alive. 1 second alive is 1 second gone at the Dragon fight. And Mikyx understands the strategy, so he chooses to euthanize himself. And we see that he will spawn 8 seconds before Dragon is up. But in the meantime, look at what T1 has accomplished. Zeus and Oner have pushed mid-wave all the way to G2's inhib, and they are basing to get items right before Dragon. Meanwhile, Guma is pushing one more wave bot before basing. The stream fast forwards to the Dragon fight, and both the viewers and T1 know that Mikyx hasn't arrived yet. So T1 ups the ante and are bursting down Dragon to force G2's hand. You gotta engage now in the 4v5 or lose soul. Even though Mikyx is in smite range, it was never a 50-50, because Guma timed his Jin 4th shot with Oner's smite. Dragon goes from 2k HP to dead. This free mountain soul from a delayed death was absolutely crazy for T1's comeback. What's messed up is that Hansama was also the target of the delayed death all the way back in 2021 when he was in Rogue. In the spring finals between Mad Lions and Rogue, Mad Lions wins a teamfight at Dragon. It looks like Hansama is safely recalling, with the Mad Lions running mid. But he reveals his terrible positioning with a Caitlyn ult. The Mad Lions then turn on him immediately, and they see an opportunity to delay Hansama's death. Hansama has no turret to die with, and recalling would be impossible. But what if Hansama full sends and goes kamikaze on Mad Lions? I doubt they would let him die, and I think they would just kite away. So, the Mad Lions corner Hansama, and they finally kill him 37 seconds before Baron spawns. And this leads to a free Baron. Delaying deaths is quite a rare strategy, with very specific conditions for it to work, but I was able to find a beautiful example in the 2023 LPL Summer Finals between JDG and LNG. LNG wins a teamfight, and Kanavi is running for his life through LNG's jungle. But when Sejuani's alone, she is so useless. It's clear that Sejuani has no kill potential onto Scout and Tarzan. Furthermore, Baron is up in a minute and a half, and as long as you sit on top of Sejuani, she can't escape because her Q will just hit you. So, LNG decides to delay Kanavi's death, with Scout withholding DPS and Tarzan sitting on Kanavi. Kanavi also knows that Baron is spawning soon, so he crawls to LNG's turret just to die faster. When Baron spawns, Kanavi has 1 more second on his death timer. LNG tries to burst down Baron to avoid a flip, and the 4 members of JDG recognize that they must delay LNG's Baron DPS to make time for Kanavi to come. 369 tries to knock someone away with Poppy ult, but Zika intercepts the ult while making himself immune with K'Sante W. Missing also Hex flashes into the Baron pit to headbutt Gala away. Missing then buys more time with Alistar ult since Gala is not hitting Baron. JDG tried their absolute hardest to stop LNG from getting Baron, but Scout has bursted down Knight with a great flank, and Missing falls after stalling with Alistar ult. But JDG bought just enough time for Kanavi to arrive for a Baron steal. Ruler assists Kanavi by hitting Baron over the wall, and together, the Smite Arrow combo of JDG secure Baron. Even though Kanavi actually smited Tarzan, the amount of coordination from JDG at Baron was incredible. But because JDG had to lose 2 members just to buy time for Sejuani to arrive, LNG managed to ace JDG with Scout's TP, and they win the game shortly after. Looking back, LNG snowballed a delayed death all the way to a victory. The knockout stage is about to begin, and LPL and LCK teams have shown that the gap is widening between the East and West. Delaying deaths is just one of many techniques Eastern teams have mastered, but I also want to ask you why you think the gap is so wide. What do you think caused NA and EU teams to struggle so hard at Worlds? Let me know in the comments. If you like analytical content like this, please hit the like and subscribe button for more. I also have a Discord server where you can chat with me and other analytical viewers. The link is in the description below. Take care and see you in the next video.